I would like you guys to introduce you to our hypnotist, Paul Lang.
Thank you, everyone. Well, yesterday we had a nice long conversation about hypnosis, what it does, what it is. And today we get into the fun stuff where we do the actual demonstrations. We have a little bit of fun with hypnosis. So are you excited? Well, let's do that a little louder. Are you excited? Let's try that one more time, even louder. Are you excited? That was wonderful. Give yourself a round of applause. And congratulations. You've just followed your first suggestion of the afternoon. That's what this demonstration is all about. Following suggestions. The way I'm going to help you follow suggestions, of course, is through hypnosis. Now, that means we have several volunteers which have already been selected who will be coming up here and joining us in a few minutes. But I'd like you to know that the people that are the best volunteers are people with three important qualities. I look for people who have got good imagination, good concentration, and the ability to follow instructions. And what I'd like to do here is a few tests just so everyone knows how good a subject they are. So the first test is one of imagination. What I would like you to do is imagine that in my hand I'm holding a nice, juicy, yellow lemon. As you're imagining this lemon, imagine I'm cutting the lemon in half. And imagine you're holding on to this half of the lemon. Imagine the smell of the lemon. Imagine the juice dripping down the side of the lemon. Imagine taking this lemon, putting it up to your mouth, and sucking on it. And I've heard a few people kind of going, ew, or And if you're one of those people, or if you notice your mouth water or pucker a bit, raise your hand. All right, that's a fantastic imagination. Nice job. Now the second test is concentration. For this, what I'd like you to do, and everyone can participate in this, I'd like you to take your arms and put them straight in front of you, something like this. As you do that, I'd like you to close your eyes for just a moment or so. As you close your eyes, I'd like you to imagine that in your right hand, you're holding a very heavy bucket of sand. Just imagine in your right hand a heavy bucket of sand. As you're imagining this, imagine in your left hand 100 helium balloons. In your right hand, that heavy bucket of sand. In your left hand, 100 helium balloons. And as you're imagining this, keeping your arms where they are right now, open your eyes and look around the room. Okay, you can lower your arms. You can lower your arms now. And what you no doubt noticed is that there were some people who looked something like this. Not a lot of motion, not a lot of movement. There are others who look more like this, or this, or even closer to this. Now the final test is out of following instructions. And I'm going to do that test for those of you who have been chosen to come on up here to be hypnotized. So at this point, I believe we have 25 people who are first round. Those of you who have been chosen as the first round, come on up here. And please be careful coming up on stage. And just line up in front of the chairs, please. Line up in front of the chairs. One chair per person, please. Got a couple extra people up here, that's okay. That's okay. You guys can be up here. Just stand off to either side. One of you on one side, one of you on the other. All right. Well, first, let's give a round of applause to our volunteers. As I mentioned, it's okay, I can see you, you're fine. Even if you can't see me, I know you're there. Anyways, as I mentioned, the final test is at the following instructions. What I'm going to do is ask you a series of questions. If the answer to the question is yes, I would like you to raise your hand something like this. Yes, like this. Do you understand these instructions? A little slow for some of you, but I think that was good enough. I think they passed the test. Would you agree? All right. Well, now before we go any further, I need to cover some very important safety instructions. I'd like you to take a look down at your feet. You will notice a wooden floor. If you follow the wooden floor out, you'll notice about where I'm standing, it changes color. And if you follow it out further, you see it kind of has a line and it drops off and becomes another color floor. Well, that second line there, that line, has a technical term. That is called the edge of the stage. Now, during this demonstration, you'll be getting up and moving around. You want to avoid the edge of the stage. That would be bad. In fact, I recommend, you can tell right now where the stage changes color here, I'd recommend you do not go beyond this point for your own safety. Because if you stay on this side of this line, you'll be safe. If you go on this side of the line, I start getting really nervous, and if you go to that second line, that's really, really, really bad. We don't want that. Now, to make sure you're staying in the right area, first, you can mentally note how much space you have right now. Second, if at any point during this demonstration you're not quite sure where you are, open your eyes. You'll remain hypnotized even with your eyes open. So do you understand these safety instructions? All right. Now let's take a couple of minutes and find out a little bit more about our volunteers. How many of you here are from Ms. Martinez's class? How many are from Mr. Fliss's class? How many of you aren't in psychology? Okay. Are not. Let's try it again. Apparently you misunderstood. How many of you are not in psychology? Okay. I was worried there the first time I asked that, so it didn't come across properly. Well, good news. Those are the most personal questions I'll be asking you for the rest of the day. I'm sorry, folks, they want me to keep this a clean show. However, I do have two other very important questions to ask. First, prior to today, have you been hypnotized? One of you. Okay. And the rest of you not. Are you referring to yesterday? Okay, I'm not going to count that one. So basically, none of you have been hypnotized. That makes for a great show. And now the most important question of all. Are you ready, right now, to be hypnotized? And are you ready to see some hypnosis? I'm going to ask a favor of everyone, both the people up on stage and the people in the audience. For the next several minutes, I would greatly appreciate it if you're as quiet as possible. I know we talked about this in several of the classes yesterday. If you're as quiet as possible, I'd appreciate it. Most importantly, please no talking. So thank you everyone, both people out here and the people up in front here, for your cooperation. I'm going to do one more test. From this test, you're going to go to hypnosis. What I'd like you to do is take your arms and put them straight in front of you, something like this. As you're doing that, I'd like you to focus on your thumbs. Concentrate on your thumbs. As you're concentrating on your thumbs, I'd like you to push your hands as tightly together as you can. As you're pressing your hands very tightly together, I'd like you now to imagine your hands becoming glued together. Just imagine your hands gluing together, gluing tighter and tighter and tighter, gluing so tightly together right now that for a few moments, the harder you try to pull your hands apart, the tighter they stick together. In fact, the harder you try to pull your hands apart, the tighter they stick together, starting right now. You may try to pull your hands apart. The harder you try, the more they're sticking tighter and tighter and tighter. In your case, sir, your eyes are closing, closing, closing. I touch your hands, they drop to your lap, break apart, sleep. And eyes closing, 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 dropping down, sleep. Eyes closing, closing, and sleep. Eyes closing, 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 sleep. And just relax, 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 relax. Eyes closing, 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 sleep. Eyes closing, 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 sleep. Eyes closing, closing, sleep. Relax, eyes closing, 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 sleep. Eyes closing, 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 relax, sleep. Just relaxing deeper and deeper and deeper. Focusing on my voice. Concentrating on my voice as you relax. Eyes closing, closing, sleep. Continue to relax and sleep. Eyes closing, closing, sleep. Eyes closing, 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 sleep. Eyes closing, closing, sleep. Eyes closing, closing, sleep. Eyes closing, sleep. Eyes closing, sleep. 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 Eyes closing, closing, sleep. Eyes closing, 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 sleep. Eyes closing, 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 sleep. Eyes closing, 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 relax, relax, sleep. And sleep. Relaxing deeper and deeper and deeper still. More and more relaxed. More and more relaxed. Relaxing deeper and deeper and deeper. More and more relaxed. More and more relaxed. Every part of your mind and your body relaxing deeper. Relaxing deeper. Relaxing deeper. More and more relaxed. And as you relax more, you focus on my voice. Concentrate on my voice. As you're concentrating on my voice, with every word I say, you continue deeper and deeper and deeper still. More and more relaxed. And even if you hear outside noises, you just ignore all the outside noises and concentrate on my voice. So if you hear people laughing or talking or applauding, you just ignore that and focus even more on my voice. Now as you relax more, I'm going to address the audience for just a moment or two. While I'm doing that, focus on your breathing, continue to relax more and more and more. And for the gentleman I'm touching right now, just slide over one chair if you would. There you go. Thank you. And just continue to relax, continue to relax. Continue to relax more and more and more. And I think we have about 4 alternates, is that correct? A few alternates here? If you're an alternate, I'm looking for 4 additional people if we want to come up here. 4 of the alternates. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'll let you wait. Come on up here. If you're an alternate, come on up. And just line up in front of one of these empty chairs. Oh, okay. Why don't you guys stand up in front of the chairs, please? And do we have anybody else who's an alternate? Okay. Now, you remember the safety instructions, right? You can see the line here. And, just look right there. And have any of you ever been hypnotized before? You have. All right. Well, you should stand right in front of one of the chairs. And each of you ready to be hypnotized right now? Are you ready to be hypnotized right now? All right. As you stand in front of the chairs, put your hands down by your side. Put your feet right together. Okay, you're ready to be hypnotized right now. Is that right? Just focus on my eyes. Focusing on my eyes. Breathing is getting deeper. Breathing more slowly. Eyes begin to close. Closing. 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 Just relax. 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 Sleep. Dropping down deeper and deeper and deeper. More and more relaxed. More and more relaxed. Eyes closing, closing, closing. Sleep. Dropping right on down, deeper and deeper and deeper still. More and more relaxed. Sleep. Relaxing and eyes closing, closing, sleep. Eyes closing, 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 sleep. Relaxing more and more and more. I'll take one more. Do we have another alternate? You guys, just one of you two, it doesn't matter. Come on up here. Each of you continue to relax even deeper, even deeper, even deeper. More and more relaxed. You're ready to be hypnotized right now, is that right? You're sure about that? You're absolutely positive you're ready to be hypnotized right now? 100% sure? Sleep. Dropping deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. More and more relaxed. He was ready. Relaxing deeper and deeper still. All of you now focusing on my voice. Each and every one of you continue to focus on my voice as you go even deeper in hypnosis. Just continue relaxing more and more and more with every word I say. And as you're relaxing, for the person sitting right here that I'm touching, you just slide over one chair, please. And just continue to relax even deeper. Continue to relax still deeper. Now as you're going even deeper, what you each notice right now is that your arms and your hands are growing very, very light. Your arms, your hands are getting very, very light. They're becoming light like helium balloons. Your arms, your hands are getting light like helium balloons. So light that they begin to float and lift and rise right up into the air, getting lighter and lighter and lighter still. Very, very light. If they give you guys a little push, that's just enough to get them started, just enough to get them floating and lifting and rising right up into the air. Lighter and lighter and lighter still. Up and up and up and up. Lighter and lighter and lighter still. Lighter and lighter and lighter still. Lighter and lighter, just floating, lifting, rising on it, floating on it, lighter and lighter and lighter. And you can see that each person responds a little bit differently to these suggestions. And as we go through the demonstration, you'll notice everyone's responding a little bit differently. So now as your hands get you to float just a little bit higher, when I touch your shoulder, your hands drop back to your lap, and you drop 10 times deeper in hypnosis, and sleep. 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 Now, most of you notice is that you're touching somebody close to you. They're touching you. Your heads may be touching, or your bodies may be touching. But what you discover right now, as you're touching that person close to you, is wherever you're touching that person, you become stuck to that person. You become glued together. In fact, you're so tightly glued together, the harder you try to pull yourselves apart, the more you stick. You can go ahead and try right now to pull yourselves apart. The harder you're trying, the more you're sticking. Go ahead and try to pull yourselves apart. The harder you're trying, the more you stick. Sticking tighter and tighter and tighter. If you try to stand up, you're still stuck to that person. Even if you try to stand up, you're still stuck to that person. You're stuck tighter and tighter, and worse, that person you're stuck to is beginning to smell. It smells like they haven't had a shower in a month. They smell awful. But now when I snap my fingers, you break free. And now you all break free. What you discover is that smell didn't go away. In fact, that smell is coming from you. You smell awful. You smell terrible. But there's a reason you smell so bad. The reason you smell so bad is when I count to 3, you jump up, being very careful to stay on stage. Being very careful to stay on stage. At the count of 3, you jump up as a smelly, ugly monster trying to scare the audience. 1, 2, 3. Jump up, try to scare the audience. Freeze! And you're no longer smelly, ugly monsters. Dropping deeper, and deeper, and deeper. Do you want to try again? Come up here. Because in your case, sleep. And sleep. Dropping deeper, and deeper, and deeper. And in fact, now you are no longer, none of you are smelly, ugly monsters anymore. When I count to 3, you are graceful ballet dancers dancing a beautiful ballet. 1, 2, 3. Everybody just start dancing a graceful ballet right now. And now just ballet your way back to your seat. Or any seat at all. Just take a seat. And if you need to, open your eyes and sit down. Open your eyes long enough to take a seat. Sit on back down. Sit on back down. As you sit down, that's right, just take a seat. And sleep. Each of you dropping deeper, and deeper, and deeper. Dropping deeper, and deeper, and deeper still. More and more relaxed. Now I'm going to have you stand up for just a moment. As you stand up, you go deeper and deeper. I'm going to come over this way a little bit. I just want you to stand right here for a moment. You're going to stand nice and straight. Just be standing up nice and comfortable right there. As you're standing there, I'm going to have you come over this way a little bit. You can stand up and come over this way. Now, for the 2 of you that are standing here, in just a moment, I'm going to snap my fingers. When I snap my fingers, you each come out of hypnosis. However, when you come out of hypnosis, you completely forget you've ever been hypnotized. In fact, you are sure you have never been hypnotized and are sure that I cannot hypnotize you or anyone. However, every time I say the words, ladies and gentlemen, you will jump up from wherever you are, point at me, and scream, "You are a fraud!" So every time I say the words, ladies and gentlemen, you will jump up from wherever you are, point at me, and scream, "You are a fraud!" As I snap my fingers, you come out of hypnosis. Sure, you have never been hypnotized. Sure, I cannot hypnotize you or anyone. All right, ladies, if I could ask you to just go ahead and take a seat right up in front there, that would be appreciated. But I want to thank you both very much for volunteering. All right, and each of you just continue relaxing deeper and deeper and deeper, more and more. Why don't you just grab a seat right over here? Yeah, why don't you grab a seat right over there? All right. Well, at this point, it looks like I could use a couple ladies and gentlemen who would like to... Would Would you sit down, please? Thank you. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm looking for a couple more ladies and gentlemen who would like to volunteer. Is there a problem here? Would you sit down, please? I apologize for these interruptions, ladies and gentlemen, but why are you calling me a fraud? What's going on here? Okay, why are you calling me a fraud? Okay. Are either of you going to keep interrupting me when I'm talking to these ladies and gentlemen? That's a yes. Would you two come up here, both of you? Come on up here, please. Let's find this. And your name is?
Lauren.
Lauren? And you are?
Amanda.
Amanda. Now, Amanda, have you ever been hypnotized?
No.
Okay. Lauren, have you ever been hypnotized?
No.
Okay. Do you think I can hypnotize Lauren?
Sure.
You think I can? Could I hypnotize you?
I don't know.
You don't know. So you think it's possible for you to walk up to Lauren and just go to sleep? I can do that.
Yeah.
You think that's what just happened? Okay. Well, now when I snap my fingers, you come out of hypnosis, completely forgetting your name and the number 5. Both your name and that number completely vanish, and all of the suggestions remain in place. All right. Now, have you ever been hypnotized?
No.
Okay. What is your name? I'm sorry. What's your name?
What?
Your name. Are you having some memory problems here? Well, let me do a quick memory test. Why don't you turn this way so everyone can see you? I'd like you to count out loud from 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
All right. Another quick test, just to make sure. Normally, how many fingers do you have on both hands put together? Without counting, how many fingers do you have on both hands total? I'm sorry?
10.
Okay, let's hold up your hands. Let's count to make sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I thought you were 10.
2.
Well, maybe you miscounted. Let's just try one hand, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and let's try the other hand. Starting with 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
6 and 6 are
12.
12. Are you growing fingers?
No.
And Laura, do you have any idea what your name is?
What?
Do you have any idea what your name is?
What?
Okay, don't worry. Now, do you think I can hypnotize Amanda?
Sure.
Can I hypnotize you?
Maybe.
Maybe. So maybe I can do this. What do you think?
Where?
I'm sorry? You think she's hypnotized?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, now when I snap my fingers, you come out of hypnosis, but everything you say comes out like the loud clucking of a chicken. No matter what you say, it comes out like the loud clucking of a chicken. All right. Now, have you ever been hypnotized?
No.
Okay, and sleep. And again, whatever you say, still it starts coming out more and more like a chicken. It sounds just like a chicken. And awake. Fully awake now. Okay. Now once again, have you been hypnotized?
What?
Okay. Do you happen to know her name? Lauren. You seem to be having problems talking here.
No.
No? Sure about that? Okay. Well, that's fair enough. Because I do know you're having problems moving. Your feet are glued to the ground right now. In fact, the harder you try to move your feet, the more stuck they become. Go ahead and try to take a step over this way. Everything okay? That's fine. And by the way, your arm just got stuck right there. You know, she's like a mannequin. You can pose her. Go ahead. How you doing here? Okay. I see. Well, I'll tell you what. You let her go? Okay. Sleep. And now, wake up one more time. There we go. Because I just realized I have to check with each of these people. Are either of you going to interrupt me when I talk to these ladies and gentlemen? Okay, that's a yes. In that case, in your case, all I want to say to you is sleep. And sleep. Now, both of you are going to touch your foreheads. Your name is back, your 5 is back, everything's back to normal. You remain deeply hypnotized as you open your eyes and take a seat once again. Just open your eyes and take a seat once again. As you sit back down, you won't respond to those words. Just take a seat, any empty seat, doesn't matter which one. As you sit back down, you drop very deep into hypnosis, sleep. Let's give a round of applause to Lauren and Amanda for that. Now for all of you, for each and every one of you, you now each discover you're going back in time. You're going back to the days of King Arthur and his noble knights. In fact, each of you are now knights of the Round Table. And about 2 steps in front of you is a fire-breathing dragon that you need to slay. So right now, everyone get your swords in your hands. Swords ready, right now. At the count of 3, you jump up and attack the dragon that's right in front of you. 1, 2, 3, jump up and attack that dragon. Not each other, the dragon. Get that dragon. Keep swinging, keep swinging. And look out, the dragon's breathing fire. And now before it can be charged, a couple more swings. And you've done it. You've slain the dragon. You're heroes, everyone. Stand up with your swords held high. Stand up with your swords high right now as brave and noble knights. That's right. You can go ahead and stand up as a brave and noble knight. Just have your sword high, because these are such brave and noble knights. Nothing frightens these people. You can stand up as well. Nothing frightens these people at all. Nothing at all. Except that little white mouse just ran in front of you. Look out for that mouse. And who's brave enough to slay that mouse? Who's brave enough? Hold on, I see a man who's brave enough. You, sir, right up, take your sword and get that mouse. One more swing. You've done it. You've slain the mouse. Our bravest knight, ladies and gentlemen. And all of you now come back over here, stand up in front of the chairs. Line up your chairs again, stand up in front of them, because the mouse is gone, and you're brave and noble once again. Go ahead and stand up, everyone, please. Go ahead and stand up. Line yourselves up here, please. There we go. Everyone, please be standing up here. If you could stand up, please. Stand up. Because these people did a great job slaying that dragon. Would you agree? Well, after you did such a great job, you can stand up and come out here as well. Thank you. That's good. Well, I think they deserve a promotion. So, gentlemen, you are being promoted from knight to handsome prince. In fact, right now you are becoming a handsome prince. Gentlemen wearing very handsome clothes, looking sharp, looking handsome, looking great. And ladies, you are being promoted to beautiful princess, wearing very expensive, beautiful clothes, looking stunning, looking gorgeous. In fact, everybody, show off how great you look. Show off everyone how regal, how handsome, how beautiful you look. Show off how stunning you look. Now, as you're doing that, we have a slight problem with being a prince or princess. Because, you see, once in a while, an evil wizard comes along. At the count of 3, turns all women into ugly, smelly frogs. 1, 2, 3. The women become frogs now, hopping around. 1, 2, 3. Women is a frog right now. The women are suddenly turning into frogs. That's right, you think ladies turn into frogs. And of course, we all know these smelly, ugly frogs need to find a prince to turn back to normal. But princes, these frogs stink. You do not want to be near them. So, ladies, try to find a prince that's nearby. And guys, you do not want these things near you. They smell awful. Well, now, the princes are frogs too. Now all the princes become frogs. All the guys just turn into frogs too. And now everybody's happy, hopping frogs. And now you're no longer frogs, you're now kangaroos. And I'll take an idea from the audience. Give me an animal. Somebody. Hold on. Yes. Wait, one person here. Yes. Dogs. You're now dogs. You're now dogs. I'll take somebody on this side. There are now fish. Somebody back here. Now you're cows. You're now cows. Yes. Somebody over here? What? Animal. Hold on, there's somebody over here. A snake. You're now snakes. And now you turn into hawks. But you're not any ordinary hawks. You're war hawks. In fact, you're Germantown war hawks now. And now you can flap your way back to a chair and line yourselves up once again. Come on over, line yourselves up once again. Take a seat and line yourselves up. And as you sit back down, sleep. Dropping deeper and deeper and deeper still. More and more relaxed. Well, now I found out some bad news. Even though you're back to being human, we've got too many princes and princesses in the kingdom. And in fact, that means we have to find a new profession for you. Fortunately, we have an opening for court jester, court fool. And this is a great position. It pays really well. So when I count to 3, you each jump up and be the biggest fool you can be. Make a complete fool of yourself at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go! Our fools, everyone! What do you think of our fools? All right, that was fantastic. You guys were terrific. Go ahead and stand up here. Come on back here. Stand up in front of the chairs again. Come back over here and stand up in front of the chairs. Line yourselves up. Good. All right, everybody stand up, please. Everyone please stand up for a moment. Because I think they did a great job as a fool. Would you agree? And could you guys all stand up, please? Thank you. All of you stand up. Thank you. But unfortunately, I found out that anybody who goes to Germantown in high school is no fool. So all of you are disqualified. Yeah. And you know what else? That means for you guys, it's down to the dungeon. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry, not as prisoners. What we need is some executioners, you know, the people who chop the heads off of bad people. Now, what I need you to do is just practice. It's only practice swinging those axes. You're not practicing on each other, just practicing. So pick up those axes, just start practicing swinging. You're just chopping up some fruit here, that's all you're doing. Now these are fun executioners. And I know they're fun executioners since they're doing this. They start singing happy songs. So each of you are swinging your axes, sing happy songs for everybody. Sing nice and loud so everyone can hear you. Our singing executioners, everyone. That was terrific. Everybody grab a chair, take a seat. All right. Well, I've got good news for each of you. All that singing just came to the attention of the people at American Idol. In fact, each of you are now finalists in American Idol. So I'm going to give each of you a chance to try to win American Idol. We've got a lot of contestants here, so we've got to do it fast. So you're going to only take about 5 or 10 seconds to sing. I'm going to let you be our first contestant.
Shake it off, I shake it off, I shake it off, shake it off.
Thank you. Your turn.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Enough, thank you. Your turn.
Hey now, this is what dreams are made of.
Thank you. Your turn.
Take you out, show you off. You already know that you're the perfect one. Trophy.
Thank you. Let's see. Your turn.
She's my yellow pair of running shoes, my blue pair of jeans. She looks great in cheap sunglasses. She looks great in everything. She's I want a piece of chocolate. Baby, come with me. 'Cause I can't find a thing where. Knowing that she's moody, she's sad and sunny. My hair blowing softly.
Thank you. All right. Your turn.
I'm a Barbie girl.
Thank you. Your turn.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Thank you. Your turn.
Elmo's World. Elmo's World.
Thank you. Your turn.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe.
Thank you. Your turn.
And your trumpet stay going.
All right. Stand up here.
It's getting hot in here. I'm gonna take off all my clothes. I'm gonna take my clothes off.
Thank you. Your turn.
And
All right. Your turn.
And I was like, baby, 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 oh, like baby, 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 oh.
Your turn.
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
Thank you. Your turn.
Got the club going up. On a Tuesday. I got your girl
Your turn.
If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark.
Thank you. Your turn.
As you know, I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
Thank you. Your turn.
I'm so fancy. You already know. I'm in the fast lane from LA to Tokyo.
Thank you. Your turn.
Jingle bells,
Thank you. Your turn.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Thank you. And your turn.
They see me rolling, fading.
Thank you. Well, now it's time for all of you to select our new American Idol. Now, vote by applause as I walk past each person. Okay, well, it's a pretty close vote, but I think we have a winner. By a narrow margin. You're our new American Idol! Go ahead and stand up. What do you have to say to your fans?
Thank you.
Our new American Idol, everyone! Congratulations, you have a seat once again. I think everybody up here did a great job. Would you agree? Yeah! Well, in that case, all of you get a prize. And right now you have a prize envelope in your hand. Open up and see what it says. As you open up, it says you just won an all-expense-paid ski trip to Aspen. And you guys love to ski. In fact, everyone needs to go over and get on the plane. I'm going to have you got a seat down over here. Come on down this way. You got a seat. And you can open your eyes, just take a seat right here. And now you're getting on the plane, go ahead and fasten your seatbelts. Everyone fasten your seatbelts. And the plane is now taking off. And we reach your cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. As we're flying along, you realize that person sitting next to you is your favorite celebrity. Oh wait, did I say favorite celebrity? I meant least favorite celebrity. Oh wait, it was just a look-alike. My mistake, it was just a look-alike. I apologize. Now as we're flying along, we're coming along, making some pretty good time here. As we're flying along, I've got some good news. We're almost to Aspen. But we're running a little behind schedule. So we have to get the plane very quickly. To do that, put on your parachutes right now. Everyone, put on your parachutes. At the count of 3, you jump out of the plane and pull the ripcord. 1, 2, 3, jump! And as you pull the ripcord, the chute doesn't open. The chute didn't open. Pull harder, pull harder, pull harder. Oh, it's the other side. There you go. Now the chute opens up and pulls you straight standing up. Standing straight up right now. That chute opens and you're standing straight up. Standing straight up right now. And you're floating on down towards the ground. As you're floating down, you realize you're going to miss the land by a few feet. We're going to land in a cold, icy lake. So you need to blow the parachute to the land. Blow the parachute to land. And you've done it. You've float on down, float on down. As you float down a little more, you're coming to a nice, soft, smooth landing on a slippery patch of ice. But now you've got ice skates on. Now be careful, it's a very narrow area, there's a lot of people skating. So be careful of each other as you're doing this, but you've got ice skates on. And be very careful to stay on the ice, on that darker color area. And you are expert ice skaters. In fact, you're not just average ice skaters, you're Olympic figure skaters. And now you've reached the edge of the ice. But now you've got your skis on. So you can go skiing. And here you are skiing along. As we're skiing along, you're starting to head downhill. You're starting to go faster and faster and faster. And now you're turn to the right, turn to the left, turn to the right. Look out for the trees. And you made it through. What do you think of our skiers, everyone? You think it's a real challenge? What do you say? All right, everyone, line up in front of your chairs. Line up your chairs in a row and line up in front of them. Everybody just stand up in front of the chairs. Come on over here. We've got some more chairs over here if you need space. Come on over here if you need more space. You come on down this direction. There we go. That's better. Stand up. You need to be standing for this. Because right now, each of you are about to go off the ski jump. You're such expert skiers, you can go off the ski jump. So when I count to 3, you start going down the ski jump. When I say jump, you jump up in the air as high as you can. 1, 2, 3, going down, 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 down. Jump! And there you are, soaring through the air, soaring through the air. And you're doing such a great job here on your skis. You can do tricks on your skis now. Go ahead and do tricks on your skis. And now you come to a perfect landing. Our ski jumpers, everyone! So now you've got some time to play in the snow. Go ahead and have fun playing in the snow right now. Just go ahead and play in the snow. You're not just playing in the snow, you're also 5-year-olds playing in the snow. They're 5 years old having fun in the snow. As you're playing in the snow, people out here are starting to make faces at you. What are you going to do about those people out there making faces at you? Well, let's forget about those people, because we've got a surprise for all you 5-year-olds. If you go back to the chairs, line up again, we've got a surprise waiting for you. Go ahead and stand up in front of the chairs. Stand up, please. As you're standing up, right by your feet, and we've got a chair over here. We've got a chair over here. It's okay. Open your eyes and come on over this way. There we go. That's good enough. Right by your feet, we've got bunny rabbits. Go ahead and pick up the bunny rabbits. And those are cute little bunnies. They've got the nice soft fur, the fluffy tail, the long ears, the nice sharp fangs that are biting you. And now that bite doesn't hurt at all, but instead you become very old. You become very, very old. In fact, you stand up and are hobbling along. As you're hobbling along, you realize you've forgotten your teeth. And you think somebody out here has your teeth. So you can call out for your teeth. Call out for your teeth.
I need my teeth!
Oh, wait. Your teeth are in your back pocket. Go ahead and put them in. Oh, that is so much better. As you put your teeth in, that is much, much better. Except for one tiny little detail. Those are somebody else's teeth. Your teeth are in the other pocket. Now, while these wonderful elderly people put their teeth back in, I'm going to take an idea from the audience. What would you like to see these elderly people do? I heard jump rope. All right, let's start out with jumping rope. We're going to try to jump rope. It's a very old person now. Well, now you're old dancers. What kind of dance? I'm sorry? Hold on. If you don't know how to tango, just fake it. Now you're very old break dancers. Very old break dancers. And now you may have broken something. No, my mistake, you didn't. You're fine. But now you've been out in the cold a long time. You're getting really chilly. In fact, you need to keep each other warm. You need to keep each other warm right now. Go ahead and keep each other warm. Now, if you'd like, you can get yourselves up and hobble your way back to the chair. Hobble your way back to the chair. Make sure you just take a seat. And as you sit down, I've got some good news for you. Two things. First, you're nice and warm. And second, you're back to your normal age. And now you've come to the lodge, and you've worked up quite an appetite. And in fact, right in front of you, we have a delicious buffet of food. A huge buffet of food. And you are so hungry, you need to make pigs of yourselves, eating as fast as you can. 1, 2, 3, eat as fast as you can, make pigs of yourselves. Eat faster, faster, faster. And the person next to you just took your favorite food. Well, now you've got your food back. And you've eaten so much, you are stuffed. In fact, you've eaten so much, you've just gained 200 pounds. And now as you've gained this much weight, as you've gained all this weight, you hear a telephone ringing. And it's coming from your shoe. Your shoe is ringing. You've got to answer your shoe. If you can't quite get to your shoe, borrow somebody else's. And it's a prize committee. They made a terrible mistake. They gave you this prize because they thought you were the Germantown cheerleaders. Unless you can be a huge cheerleader for the Warhawks, you're going to have to pay for this trip. So everyone, hang up your shoe. Hang up your shoe. I'll give everyone a moment to put it back on properly. Because 200 pounds heavier than normal, you have to jump up and do a cheer for the Warhawks. So in just a moment, a couple of people still get their shoes back on. That's okay. When I count to 3, you're going to try to do a cheer for the Warhawks, but you're 200 pounds overweight. 1, 2, 3. I think you guys better sit back down. Careful. Be very careful here. Now, I've got some good news. That exercise you just did, trying to cheer, just took the weight off. You're back to your normal weight. And now you'll get a second chance to do that huge cheer for the Warhawks. So at the count of 3, jump up and do another huge cheer. 1, 2, 3, go! What do you think of our cheerleaders, everyone? Congratulations! You won your prize and cheered your way all the way back here to Germantown. So now go ahead and take a seat once again. As you sit back down, once again, sleep. Now in just a moment, I'm going to bring each of you out of hypnosis. When I do, you're going to forget the details of what happened here. You'll remember you were hypnotized, you remember you had a wonderful time, but you forget the details. They just disappear out of your mind like a dream, completely vanishing. However, the first 2 times, and only the first 2 times, I say the words, "Thank you, ladies and gentlemen," you jump up like a jack-in-the-box going, boing, 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 boing. You think you're a spy sneaking around the room. You think you're a counter-spy looking for spies. You jump up yelling, "The British are coming, the British are coming." You start yelling, "No, they're not, no, they're not." You think everybody has a clown nose. You think you're a tiger. You think you're a dinosaur. You think you're a bird. You think you're a hunter, hunting birds. You are a game warden who knows birds are out of season. You think you are a clown. You think you're a pirate with a parrot on your shoulder. You think you're a bear. Somebody call out an animal.
Elephant.
You think you're an elephant. You think you're a fashion model. You are a competing fashion model. Give me a profession. You think you're a singer. Another one. I'm sorry? Hold on, sir. Something back here? No. I'm sorry, a criminal? Oh, a teacher. I like teacher. You're a teacher. You're a cop. And you're a robber. And you think you're a banana. Now, when I count to 5, you can out of hypnosis, forgetting the details of what happened, but remember you had a wonderful time, greatly enjoyed being hypnotized. So at the count of 5, completely awake. 1, feeling good. 2, feeling energized. 3, feeling wonderful and refreshed. 4, waking up completely now. And 5, wide awake, eyes open, take a deep breath and stretch a bit if you'd like. Let's give a round of applause for our volunteers. I'm going to ask you guys to stay up here on stage for a little while I talk to the audience, because I would like to ask a favor of all of you up here. Before you leave the stage, I want to talk with each of you for about 2 or 3 minutes. It'll just take a couple of minutes. So please do not leave the stage without talking to me. Okay? And in the meanwhile, I'd like to say to you, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone, please take your seats. Take your seats. Grab your seats. Take your seats, please. Take your seats. Everyone, please take your seats. Thank you. And I want to thank all of you for coming here today, and I want to thank you for all your questions yesterday. Hopefully you've learned quite a bit about hypnosis, and now you've actually seen it in action. So, with that, I'd simply like to say one more time, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And if you could please take your seats once again. Please take your seats. Take your seats, please. And just to make sure all suggestions now are removed, I'd like to say one last time, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And you no longer respond. No longer respond. So I say one more big round of applause.